It's a classic matchup. MBL versus Hera on Arabia. Hera playing as the Malians, MBL as the Mongols. Let's see what these players have for us today. Look, we've got the more arid version of Arabia. We've got the elephants out here. We got MBL. Both players spawning pretty well south in the map. Not too far from each other, honestly. If you look at important bits of the map, this is going to be a lot of fighting. And yeah, I know I've got large trees on. It's all right. If it's a problem, let me know. I like the way they look, and it's kind of annoying to change because I use the in-game selection, and Capture Age doesn't seem to support that. It only supports the mod version of the small trees. Both players kind of scouting around. We've got MBL with his sheep and deer, which are ostriches in this case, and goats up there. Hera dropping the lumber camp. Very good position. He's got a pretty similar situation with his zebra and ostriches there and goats. There's just a lot of open space on this map that's unlikely to be used. Got spare golds scattered toward the north of the map, a little more east. And there's not really a central hill between these players. It's just all the tree lines are right here in the middle of these players. So they're going to be dancing their armies in and out and throughout these trees, more likely than not, as MBL is pretty far forward with his lumber camp, which makes sense. That's the best place that he probably saw. This one probably would have been a little bit better, but he probably didn't see that one quite yet when he set that lumber camp up. Very smooth with the elephant lore, and we got Hera also has just taken his elephant. If we think about these civilizations, I'm really bad with the Malians tech tree because Malians and Malay they get confuzzled in my brain. All right, but I believe the Malians, we've got a very versatile tech tree. We've got long-lasting gold, and we have very strong cavalry, camels in particular. And on the Mongol side, we know what the Mongols like to do. They like to make cavalry. More specifically, they like to make mangudai if the game gets to that point. If it doesn't get there, well, they can make knights effectively. They can make steppe lancers, Mongol steppe lancers, pretty solid with the extra HP. Who else would love to see steppe lancers get a buff? I would love to see steppe lancers. Steppe Lancer civs lose access to knights, and Steppe Lancers be brought up as a knight alternative, make them a little bit stronger, and I would make them a little bit weaker in melee fights than knights, and a little bit stronger against archers, mostly using their speed and their range to close on archers. And then probably leave them with the same pierce armor as knights. Probably bring them up to the same pierce armor as knights, but make sure they stay a little bit weaker as damage sponges and as head-to-head competitors. MBL going for a drush, Hera going for a drush of some sort here as he's dropped the barracks and made two militia. It's a two militia drush before he ever dropped the mill. MBL, on the other hand, he has gone up to feudal age already, so we're seeing a difference in strategy. This is nice. Love to see a variance here. But does Hera see MBL? Hera doesn't know where MBL is. He's going to check over here first. He is looking. This drush is not going to work out. This is going to be a completely wasted drush. It's not going to get to MBL before MBL's in feudal age. And MBL, as the Mongols' quick up times, like to go into scouts because of their faster food production, faster hunting. But we'll see if that's what he goes for. He might just go straight into archers. Very capable of doing that as well. The Mongols can go archers into crossbows. They can go scouts into knights. They can go fast castle Mengadai. They're very capable of a lot of strategies. Fast castle Mengadai, don't suggest. All right, that's not really a top level strategy. That's a noob trap. Fun though. 2 minutes faster to the next age, his MBL. But what's he going for? Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing? Are you going for nothing? Oh, he's got a drush. He did the French drush. Okay. All right, I like it. See, this I like. I really like this. It still arrived in time to bother Hera, but his his feudal age wasn't delayed. Right? He was able to get this off, and he's gonna kill a villager. We'll check in on Hera's drush. Hera's drush gets over here, not gonna find a vill kill because there's a spearman already out. Really unfortunate that Hera's drush didn't actually hit. He couldn't find his opponent with the weird generation that they have. Hera forced to wall up inside his base. He's lost a villager already to this. So this drush, I would say, has been worth it. Over here in MBL's base, trying to find damage. It's going to be archers for MBL. The scout really kind of got to get out of here now. Trying to get another field kill, but that villager just squeezes through those militia. What is that? Shouldn't they bump? I don't know. Villagers pathing is a struggle, so I think they've reduced the hitboxes of villagers and reduced the hitboxes, but they don't bump a whole bunch anymore. Archers not yet on the way out for MBL. Gonna be working on it. He's got a villager on gold. Got himself sort of walled at the front and then wide open at the top and bottom. Hera really well walled. Just looking at this, gonna be dropping an archery range. This drush just hanging out in his base. It's locked in now. Can't get out. Killed one villager. The eco KD 1-0. The KD 1-2. Not a whole lot here. Scout going to find that villager, but the scout can't do anything. It's just a scout. It is there to look. Archer and skirmisher. We get archery range with archers coming out for Hera. MBL now has a 1 villager lead because of that villager kill. We got for wood on this tree, 51. So that's not going through anytime soon. 26 on this one, but he's abandoned it, and 91 on this one. Hera paying really good attention to his units, but he loses his scout. But now he knows. He probably saw, okay, we got some ranged units out here. Archer, a couple scrims with super defensive. This game's going to be going to the next stage, guaranteed. This is not a feudal age pressure type of game. This archer has to be a little bit careful. Not very careful, but a little bit careful not to get caught out. Scout can take out an archer or two. Second archer coming out. It's going to be a rush to the castle age. So what we're going to be looking for here, in my opinion, is a market. And if he'd only known, that would have been, a lot less walling. But he didn't know. A little bit of a forward pressure, but I'm going to be expecting to see a little annoyance there. Able to really, be a little bit obnoxious. A market. Okay, we got a blacksmith for MBL, so not the market. Not yet. This drush finally getting cleaned up. This after all this time. I'm just curious to see if anybody's going to sell their stone. That's really my question. Are either of these players going to sell their stone and click up, or are both players just going to try to keep their eco balanced? MBL doing a pretty good job with the eco balance, honestly. 500 food, he's a long ways there, but he's going to need some more on gold if he wants to get up at an even time. He's going to need some more on gold. Blacksmith down for Hera as well. Pretty similar situation. Although, is our market? All the gold just disappeared. Went for fletching. Big gate. So, I don't like that click. I do not think fletching is helpful here. Right? Because you're not actually fighting. You're not trying to get in. Just trying to dance around. Hera that now is going to have about a minute faster castle age because of that fletching click. Is this fletching click going to turn into anything advantageous? I don't think so. I think maybe an archer goes down, but Hera's got to pay attention to that and keep those archers alive, right? Yeah, he pops into the town center. This wall's not finished. MBL, who needs to finish him? But Hera on the way up. MBL, I take it back. It wasn't a minute faster, but he could have actually beat Hera. He could have beat Hera to the next stage if he'd only not clicked fletching, but very even timings, about 10 seconds, 12 seconds difference. Our Malian player switching into cavalry now. What is MBL going to go for? Is he going for cav archers? I wouldn't be shocked. He's making all skirmishers. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a cavalry archer switch here. Mongol cav archers fire faster. They don't get all the upgrades, so in Imperial Age they drop off. But in the Castle Age, Mongol cav archers are really good. I think it's a unit that people should use more as the Mongols, much more than they do. So Hera's gone ahead and got fletching. He's still making archers, so he's going to split his attention. I like this. I like this. He sees an opportunity to clean up these units before they get more upgrades. He's going to take it. This one little scout going to be able to do an awful lot of damage to these skirmishers. And Hera's heading forward, probably hoping that he's got a nice advantage to Castle Age, which you generally do if you're up against a skirmisher player, just because your skirmishers cost food, archers don't. So it's hard to keep up on the timings. And Hera does need to not lose too many of these. He's going to have upgrades in 30 seconds, right? You don't want to lose all your archers 30 seconds before your upgrades come in. And that's what he's doing right now. Just running them back away. A knight's going to come out, but he lost. Okay, he's not. Another town center. He's going straight to 3 TCs, so very economical focus. MBL, also town center. He'll be looking at another one probably when he can afford it. And yep, it's cav archers. I love it. I want to see this play. Cav archers are going to be a little awkward for the Malians to deal with, I feel like. Maybe he'll go skirmishers. Maybe he'll go camels. But camels just always, they feel very unconvincing. He's got to figure out what he's going up against. So Hera's headed forward, trying to figure out he's going to find it. Okay, I would have loved to see MBL keep these cav archers hidden for just a little bit longer. Hera still hasn't chosen a unit. Just making villagers. Monastery. Monks are pretty bad against cav archers, so that's not for, you know, cav archer pressure. Stable, that's probably just for upgrades for these cav archers. Need bloodlines and husbandry to really be effective as they can be. Cav archers, a really nice unit when you don't get caught up. Don't know that that was really a good trade there for MBL. He's got 4 cav archers. Well, yeah, he's got 5 cav archers now. Gonna be able to take out this knight. And Hera, just booming away. No military yet. 4 villagers up already, though. So that's not nothing at all. MBL has about a villager vital TC time more than Hera. It's 24 seconds to 9 seconds. So just 4th town center. Hera just going town center defense. This one is a little sketchy, although it should be fine. Just villager, just eco. Lots of monks. You can't go monks against cav archers, right? That just doesn't work. And our Mongol player having all the time in the world to mass cav archers, get the cav archer upgrades, get where he needs to. These cav archers could try and dive. Hera tries this trap, unable to get it. And yeah, that's annoying. That's 4 cav archers in your base and you don't have any military. Now there's town centers everywhere. But Hera doesn't have an army. His army is a monk. 2 monks, a scout, and a knight. And the scout and the knight hanging out up here. Now, I guess when there's only 4 cav archers, you can deal with them with monks. Another monk coming out. Not enough space really to run away for these cav archers. That's the awkward thing. Now, I think something that could be done to balance the monks. See how this conversion timer is still going? Alright. My suggestion would be as soon as the monks are no longer able to be converting the unit, when the unit goes out of the line of sight, maybe not even the conversion range, but if the unit gets out of the line of sight of the monk, that unit then no longer has that conversion timer still counting. It resets as soon as the unit gets out of range, so it should reset now. I always thought that was the way it worked, so I was always very confused about monks until I began watching with this, you know, capture agent, seeing how monks keep their conversion for so long, and Hera's just like throwing villagers at these cav archers and not even caring. MBL, only 7 villagers behind, has full map control here. But, yeah. See, monks aren't the unit you want against cav archers, particularly. Hera's still not making army. What is this, dude? I hate this play, but I think it's going to work. I think he's gaining a big enough eco advantage is probably going to work, but it's just gross. It's just gross. You put TCs everywhere. I've done this against cav archers myself. You put TCs everywhere and they can't find damage because you got a TC everywhere. Eco KD is 4-0, but that's not enough of a difference. Both players have significant idle TC time though. Here come the monks. I love that. Monk down. See, these monks are pretty valuable. And 3 monks down. Ballistics. Do we have ballistics? No ballistics. Those were some spicy shots by those cav archers. And now they're in again. And that's a larger number, right? This is not a number that you want to just ignore. And monks aren't going to be able to deal with that many cav archers very quickly. Eventually, sure. Not quickly. Hera forced to drop a castle in the middle of his base. Like, that's not right. This is so bad, right? On the gold mine. I also never realized that monks kept their conversion juice when it switched to other. Ooh, Hera with the trap. Spicy. Taking out those cav archers. Never realized that monks kept their conversion going when they switched units. Again, that's something I think should be taken away. You change that, where the monk conversions don't hold on across different units, don't hold on after the unit goes out of range. All of a sudden, monks are only powerful when the offensive player, or the player who doesn't have them, is not paying attention. As it is, they're really powerful. I don't know that they're busted. They're just not an enjoyable unit. I'm not trying to jump on the monk hate bandwagon. Alright, they're fine, but they're just not enjoyable for anybody. They're not enjoyable to play with monks. It's not enjoyable to play against monks. Hera's probably making monks just to annoy MBL. Because Hera has been incredibly dominant recently. Just incredibly dominant. Ballistics now on the way in. MBL is about to click up to the Imperial Age. And Hera, he can get there very quickly with his economy. But he's not clicking up just yet. MBL's looking at where he wants to drop a castle. I'm guessing it's going to be here up on this hill, or here between these gold mines. Something like that. As MBL's, 12 villagers behind here with a massive military lead. And yeah, on the way to Imperial Age. 2 minutes and 50 seconds from Imp. Whereas Hera, he's got the eco that he can get up quickly. He's just not really on the way yet, One villager town center in the middle of the map. We got some more villagers coming out. I want to see a castle, though. I want to see a castle up so that pressure can begin immediately upon reaching Imperial Age. Unless it's going to be siege, but even still, you want a castle for your unique tech. I want to see MBL lose this. Hera lose this. I've just hated the way he's played this. Just so passive, booming away behind everything. He's got enough stone for another castle. If he had some map control, it's going right there. Guaranteed. A Step Lancer out. Step Lancers will deal with the skirmishers incredibly well. The Eco KD 8-1, so pretty insignificant Eco KD after all that. Now, Hera on the way up. MBL's not going to have the castle. That's massive. And it's going to be camels. It's going to be heavy camel for our Malian player. You've got to get a castle up. Battering rams. But even rams, you want the castle. See, that conversion shouldn't still be counting, right? That was like 30 seconds of not being able to actually convert, and it's still being counted. Okay, capped ram should come online or onager. I don't know if, okay, it's going to be capped ram. You can go for a quick push, but the camel upgrades are going to be on the way, and heavy camel will be pretty soon. Click, I would assume, for a Malian player. The castle forced in all the way in the back. MBL, love it. Placing the castle here. They'll be able to start producing trebs. I wish he would have had the castle sooner, but he'll be able to start producing trebs pretty quickly. There are 3 castles for Hera. 3 castles. But Parthian tactics, chemistry, thumb ring coming in. These cav archers are going to get a lot better. Mixing in capped rams. He's mixing in step lancers. It's a really good Mongol army. Can we get to... I guess it's just going trebs now. Trebs on the way out. Please. MBL. Trebs! Oh, it doesn't have the gold. Doesn't have the gold. That's alright. He'll get there. But now 3 castles. And it's not Mangadai. So these cav archers cannot snipe off the trebs. But that's a lot of rams. Camels in the back. Getting their armor. Getting heavy camel. Minute and 45-second upgrade. Takes some time. Finally just adding the market. Wow. Really solid eco balance from Hera to not need a market until now. It's going to be cav archers continuing on. These guys fire very quickly, do a lot of damage. Monastery being taken down. These rams are going to have to be addressed eventually. Siege ram on the way in. I want to see trebs now. After this, please give me some trebs. Start shelling away on this castle, right? Hera looping around with villagers. Uh-oh. That's interesting. We've got Farimba in. TC down. These are going to be Farimba heavy camels here very soon. Nice castle war going on down in the south. So many castles for Hera, but MBL has the entire map. Hera just dropping some eco out there. All right. Here we go. Here we go. We got the Farimba heavy camels, the second armor coming in 20 seconds. We got siege rams out. MBL's army, I don't think can stand up to Hera's in a standing fight, but it can kite. He can run. Siege rams coming out. Nice. They are speedy. These are speedy siege rams. Able to take out that Treb. Treb is not going to stand up to this speedy siege ram, right? Oh, whew, that was close. So the siege ram's attack sound and attack timing seems to be kind of separated. I love it. Using the siege rams to block the cavalry, able to get a whole bunch of hits in on these cavalry. Got heavy cav archer coming in 30 seconds. Can MBL hold on to this position? I think he can, right? There is a Treb shooting away at this castle. And there are Trebs here and there. Treb is here, ready to go. But there's siege rams as well. This Treb gonna die. That Treb's gonna die, but the siege rams are gonna come out. Big fight up top. Heavy cav archers in. There's 40 of them. The camels have tons of attack. They're doing tons of damage, but they're running out of camels. The camels are all dead. The heavy cav archers have survived. The siege rams pushing forward. The skirmishers can't do anything about siege rams. Heavy cav archers wrecking the light cav. Now, can this push be stopped? I think it can. I think it can with the production of Hera and the eco of Hera, but it's light cav, Farimba light cav. They're going to be in the base of MBL. Oh, that's great. MBL has found this gold mine up top. And this push, it's still going in. These siege rams haven't been dealt with down here in the south, though. Very awkward scenarios. MBL wins this battle. That castle goes down for Hera, and MBL's castle is still up. That's massive, trying to protect from these raids. Another castle going up in the south to protect from the raids. And this army of heavy cav archers, Mongol heavy cav archers pushing in. Farimba light cav, not the answer to heavy cav archers. Not the answer at all. And Hera calls the GG. Let's go, MBL. Don't really have a preference between the players, but man, I didn't like the way that Hera played that. It was so... I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I'm so happy to see MBL winning this game. What do we got? Military for MBL 1.61. Those heavy cav archers shredding at the end of the game. The economy, yeah, Hera had a better economy, but only by 1,000 total resources. That boom didn't pay off in the end. And that imp timing, 2 minutes imp timing, MBL used that to take an advantage, to get the upgrades in time, deal with those heavy camels. And you can see Hera just overboomed 155 villagers versus MBL. Got up to 141 himself, and APM, these players are fast. And even in a game that was as chill as that one, 104 average APM, that's wild. For Hera, MBL 75. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you want to see more like it. If so, stick around. There's going to be more content like this in the coming months. Have a good one. Catch you next time.